So you don't need to hit W at all. Well, okay, that's a lie.
Okay.
You need to hit. You're hitting like all 3 movement keys. And you're letting go of the movement keys. You don't need to let go of the movement keys. That's going to take the longest for you to get, I think.
Is that just a defrag thing or in general thing?
That's a quick thing too. Quick change thing.
Alright, so it needs to be like...
Go spectate and I'll show you this one specifically. I don't know when you're ready.
Okay. Oh, you're saying just stay, like, you're talking about half-stepping, right?
I think half-stepping is something like this. It's so hard to do. That's the hard one. I don't know. I don't get how to do that. This is just strafe jumping, though.
You're just not switching off every single time.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about this thing right here, like the jump game, or the one where there's like different platforms and you have to try to jump across them to the end, that's when you would like need to do a half step. Basically, you only need to change direction if you're going to hit a wall. That's why people change, is because if they keep going in that direction, they're going to not make the next platform straight on.
I think with my... do you lose speed if you stop the strafe? Like if you...
Well, no, you just don't gain speed. If you just keep going, if you just keep queuing space, and you just stop strafing, you just go at the same speed from your last jump. And the same direction. Alright, go spec real quick, and I'll show you something that I think might help with you understanding this a little easier.
I think I'm starting to get it. It's just... I gotta need to stretch my wrist real quick.
Yeah.
1 second. I've got like a wrist stretcher for...
So, can you hear me? Without trying to overwhelm you too much, I think the easiest way for you to get used to this is to like go one hand at a time. So, I think the best thing for you to do is to just do this for a little bit, is just hold W and D and just keep hitting space. And then when you're about to hit a wall, just switch directions. And then just keep, without moving your mouse, just keep trying to get used to doing this with your hand.
Yeah.
So that way you're training like one thing at a time, getting used to holding these keys, and because you're gonna eventually start to move, and then you have to do that. Then you have to move another hand. I think it would be much easier for you just to do one hand at a time.
Yeah. I think the part of the reason why I'm switching off, my pinky or my space is shift.
Oh.
Yeah, I made the change a while back, but it's one of those where it's like you have to mentally think, okay, my ring finger is down, but my pinky's not moving with it.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of people use right click as jump.
Yeah, I've played with it before. It has some pros and cons. Probably would get me killed more than not.
And it's also not as punishing in Quake Champions because you have auto bunny hop.
Well, where it would punish me would be just jumping when. So you see how like what is it called? Like you see how I accidentally zoom all the time?
Yeah.
Well, imagine if instead of those accidental zooms, it's like an accidental jump.
Yeah. No, I get you right there 100%.
Honestly, this is a good challenge, trying to get my pinky in check like that.
Yeah, that's going to take a lot of muscle dexterity in your pinky.
I actually do a lot of training with my fingers.
Because you type all the time, right?
Yeah, I've got like finger exercises and things. I'll show you if you're watching my stream.
I'd have to pull it up 1 second. Alright, I'm there.
Let me get the other ones too, because they're in my bag. 1 second. Not in there. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so you here?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I've been working on recently. Just like to so it's like people use it for guitar.
I was going to say it kind of looks like a clarinet thing.
And this is like 13 pounds.
Oh, jeez. You can crush a watermelon.
Yep. Now I've got this, which is 21 pounds. And do something like this. I do this in meetings at work. Passes the time. It's like a more productive version. So I've got these.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then particularly for the wrist, got this. And then of course there is the classic. Is this, and this is 198 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
I've got those for things like that. Oh god. That's how much time I have left.
Yeah, if you want to take what you've learned and put it into Quake Champions, you can jump around on a map. Because that has auto bunny hop, and now that you have the fundamentals, it should be a lot easier.
You know, that's honestly the thing I hate the most about Quake Champions, to be honest.
What's that?
I really hate that there's no good maps for this type of thing.
Yeah, if they had a map creator, the community would be way happier.
Yeah. I get why it would be hard to get a map creator. Like, I do get that, just because, like, if the engine's not well designed for it, it's probably really hard to do.
Yeah.
But I really do wish that they did something like that.
It would just be better for everyone.
Yeah.
Because the best map for us to do this in is Blood Covenant.
Yeah. And it's really, really shitty for that. Like, in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's the best one for that, but it's so frustratingly.
Well, the banana section is the only part that's, like, super relevant. The part with the armor and then the violet.
Ooh, you saw that?
Yeah, you're crushing it. You're getting faster and faster. You've gotten it down by 5 seconds.
I lost it that time.
Yeah, you kind of scrape the ground a little bit. You slide a lot in this game. When you, like, miss a bunny hop, you'll slide for quite a ways.
Yeah, that's fun. That's really fun.
Now, at the start, just do a circle jump, like you've been doing the other thing, with, like, the start sideways.
Will this take me to the beginning?
It should.
Huh. Cool.
So this is the really important thing about strafe jumping. You gain speed based off of your mouse movements, not off of which direction you're holding. So if you go into your widgets, and there's a thing called the Excel meter, and you turn that on, I'll show you what it does.
I mean, this is like brutal on my wrist.
Yeah, it's rough.
I wonder how many Quake players die of carpal tunnel.
I think more people would be likely to die of a blood clot in their wrist, and then it just goes to their heart.
What is it called?
5 minutes remaining.
Excel meter. It should be the first one. And then if you want to go to spectate real quick, I'll show you how it works.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. Does it generate only when you're like doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
So you see the green? Your mouse has to be staying in that green section to gain speed. That's like the... and this doesn't show in Quake Champions at all, but it's the same concept.
Remaining.
So you see how it's growing a little bit, but also... So... This is how you generate speed while strafe jumping. It's up through your mouse movements, because You see how I'm not gaining any speed right now?
Hmm.
And then I do that and I start gaining speed again.
So you have to be slowly following it.
You should try to keep your mouse inside it. And then the faster you go, the further it's going to move in that direction. And this is how it works in Quake Champions.
Damn, but without those tools, it's just so tragic.
Yeah, it's honestly, like, if your only game is Quake Champions and you expect to learn that, I don't understand how...
3 minutes remaining.
So it disappears if you stop holding a strafe, like if you stop doing the motion properly. That's when the green bar disappears. So you know you're strafe jumping correctly when you see the bar. Okay, when you first do it, don't worry about it, it's just calibrate. Yeah, you basically, I can see you, it's clicking in your head.
Yeah.
And then the key is just not hitting a wall, so you have to know when to change to the other direction.
Two minutes remaining.
So one thing you can do is don't turn your mouse until you input your other strafe direction. So that way you know where you have to put your cursor to.
I was actually doing good, right?
I mean, you're doing really good, especially with the amount of practice you got. See? That was good. Especially considering you stopped halfway.
One minute remaining.
Yeah, that was your best one. That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I was hanging on there.
Yeah, I saw that. It's all good. And this is the stuff that you'd be doing around your dual map. So that way you can try to get to everything as fast as possible. If you can strafe jump in Reflex, you can strafe jump in Quake Champions without a problem. This game is a lot harder to strafe jump in, because the window in Quake Champions, if I remember correctly, is way less strict. That little green area,
Yeah.
it's way more forgiving.
Okay. If only Quake had Chicago servers, man.
Right?
Wait, A11.
Yeah. And I get 27, so that's great for me.